just happened. I was already streaming, and then my phone suddenly said that it was overheating. It's like very, very hot where I'm at right now because I think we're having a heat wave here. So I'm gonna have to make sure that my phone is not directly in the sunlight because I think that's what happened. It got too hot because it was directly in the light of the sun, and can't handle it. So let's try this again. I'm gonna start over again, and I think I was maybe 20 minutes into my last stream before it died on me. So I'm just gonna start over, and then I'm gonna erase the upload that's gonna generate from that segment, because obviously we didn't get far enough into the conversation for me to keep that up there, and it's just gonna cut short on people anyway. So we'll have to start over again. But anyways, I didn't even know that could happen. How can your device just overheat like that? I was only out here for like 20 minutes. It's hot as hell, I ain't gonna lie. It's mad hot. Okay, so I can't have my device directly in the light because it's going to burn out my battery, and then I don't want that to happen again because I never knew that could even happen. All right, anyway, back to the discussion. So initially we were talking about the Tooth Fairy doll, and the Tooth Fairy doll is the one that I saw over on Walmart. I don't see that doll really advertised on Walmart.com website or anything like that, so I don't know. Sometimes they be having like just very secretive releases of dolls that you don't know about until you hear it from other collectors, or you just happen to be wandering on one of their websites where they have it at. Because like the one I saw was over on Walmart's website, but they don't even have it on the Mattel Creations website, so I don't know what that's all about. All right, now, dang, it's so hot right now that like, y'all, if when I open this box, I really wouldn't even be surprised if the doll's head is squishy, like as if it was inside of like boiling water already, because it's crazy hot. It's so hot. Like, this box feels mad hot. I see why my phone had overheated on me, but hopefully now that I have it in the shade, it won't be so bad. All right, so anyway, we're gonna open her up, but like on the back of the box, I just want to take a look at these other dolls that they're showing that come with this line, and what I think about them, and whether or not I would add them. The answer is no. Let's just get to the chase. No, I will not add any of these dolls to my collection other than the Odile sculpt, and I have a reason why. It's not that I don't like them. I think that they did a good job on each version, and that if you don't already have these sculpts in your collection, these versions of them may be great additions to your collection. At the same time, every single one of those head sculpts you can find on Playline dolls that cost less than $10. So if that's the case, then what do I need to add them for? Except for maybe this one. This is the Aphrodite sculpt, which we see usually in like collectible dolls, like the birthday wishes dolls, stuff like that. And it's kind of an older sculpt. So this sculpt here, it might be a little bit harder to find her on a modern doll that's less than 20 bucks. But other than her, and I already have one of those. She's got the same hair color and almost similar hairstyle as well. And the one that I have is from the Birthday Wishes line. So because she looks so similar to her already, I don't really need that one. If she had a completely different skin tone and hairstyle, then maybe I would have thought about it. But that version looks too similar to the one that I have, so I don't need to spend $40 on that doll. This is the Pizzazz Sculpt, which is, I think the official Mattel name for her is Olivia, so I'm gonna start calling her Olivia, but we, on the Dolly streets, we call her Pizzazz. So this sculpt, we've already seen the sculpt a bunch of times. This version looks like a kind of like a Hi BB's dolls, like an Asian kind of a rendition of her, which we haven't seen. I don't think we've seen a Pizzazz sculpt with that, like an Asian look. So that's different, which is why, like I said, if you don't already have this sculpt, then you might want to consider adding that version of her. But I already have about 3 or 4 of those. And then this is the Brooklyn sculpt. I have one with the braided hair. And the one that I got was on sale for like $7. And hi, Florida Fox. Thanks for jumping back in. My last stream got cut short because my phone was overheating. It's super hot where I'm at right now. And it's just, my phone couldn't take it. So it just died on me. So I had to move the phone out into like a shaded area so it doesn't get really hot too fast. So yeah, so we're gonna just start over. So the Brooklyn sculpt, I already have one, and the one that I have, I don't like those teeth showing, so I removed her teeth. I like her a lot better without the teeth, and I put her on a petite made to move body, and she's perfect on that body. So I'm gonna keep her like that, and that's not a sculpt that I'm like super crazy about. So I honestly don't feel the need to add a whole nother one at that price point, because she's just way too playline. You understand what I'm saying? So, and then of course this is just the open mouth Millie, which we see all the darn time, so I don't need another one of those. I never really feel like I need one of those anyway, because I'm not a fan of that sculpt. So whatever. So if I don't get any of those dolls ever, I'm not gonna miss them. If I ever see them someplace for way cheaper, like on sale for like maybe $20 or something, possibly I might consider getting this one or this one, but that would be a stretch because by the time they even get down to that price point, I probably would have already lost interest in them anyways. So I already knew when I saw this lineup, the only one I was gonna want is the Odile sculpt, and the reason for that is because the Odile sculpt was only ever used on one other doll, which is a Flight of Fashion doll. I did post some pictures of that doll. If you guys look at the community tab, I post pictures over there. And I posted that up there because I knew we were going to be discussing this doll, so you guys can kind of have a reference of what I'm talking about. That version has long black hair, and she's got a completely different body type and a completely different outfit scheme color. Like, everything is different with that doll. It's very black and like dark colors, except the doll herself is really pale with the black hair. So that version I think is immaculate. However, I ain't trying to spend $120 on that damn doll. That doll, the retail was $120, and they were made to order, so you couldn't even like get that doll in mass. And then they only allowed you to order it if you were a member of the Barbie club, like a gold member or platinum member. You have to be a member of their club. So, and I don't have a membership, nor do I plan on getting one anytime soon, unless I really feel that it's going to give me some kind of advantage. But only the members could vote for that doll. I mean, not vote, purchase that doll. So yeah, if you want to get that doll Flight of Fashion, you're going to have to spend a pretty penny, because only the people who are reselling them online are going to give you access to those dolls, since they're completely sold out. So if you're really in love with that version of Odile, then you gotta, she's got to be on your grail list. The sculpt is on my grail list, but that doll wasn't on my grail list. So it doesn't matter that it's $120. I'm not spending it on that because I don't need that specific version. I just want the sculpt in any version that I like. So what are the odds that they happen to come out with this 2022 holiday Barbie that happens to have that sculpt, and now she's the second doll in Barbie's history of dolls that has that sculpt, and the only one, in my opinion, that is now available to the public, although Walmart is the only website where you can purchase this doll, so it's kind of exclusive, and they keep going in and out of stock because they sell out really fast. When I purchased this doll, she had already sold out that same day, and then like later on the next day, the listing was live again, so we were able to catch her. And then very shortly thereafter, maybe 24 to 48 hours later, she was already sold out again. So like, you just 50-50. You might get it, you might not get it. You can't really tell which dolls are going to end up being back in stock and which dolls they'll just run out of, and that's just the end of it. So I didn't want to take that risk with this doll. They may flood us with these dolls during Christmas season. It's possible, but I just don't want to take the chance that I would have missed it just to see if I get it around Christmas time. You feel me? Okay, can you tell me your plans for the Tooth Fairy Barbie? The plans I have for the Tooth Fairy Barbie is to remove her from the box, obviously, and take all them clothes off that she comes with, because I don't need it. And then I'm gonna redress her and make her look like just a regular chick walking down the street. But I'm contemplating if I want to do a little tweaking to her, because her eyebrows are like this very faint color that you don't really see on humans too often, unless you're like albino. So I think I might darken up the eyebrows a little bit just so it looks more realistic. And then I may consider putting her on a made to move body, but I'm not 100% on that either, because she already comes with articulation. And the thing about it right now for me, because I have so many dolls, that if I tried to display every doll I had, like my whole house would be covered in dolls, and I don't have that kind of space right now that I'm working with. So instead, I just rotate through the dolls that I want to keep out on my main display in my bedroom, that I want to look at the most. And then when I want to bring out other dolls, I'll rotate through them and I'll put some dolls away and I'll bring some dolls out. But since I've discovered these acrylic shelves that I can just like manually install into my walls, I kind of feel like I want to add more shelves all the way around my room and in as many places on my wall that I can get the shelves up on, because it allows me to display my dolls a lot better, like a lot more dolls I can pull out, and they're streamlined, they're neat, they're all up against the wall, so they're not taking up floor space. And for the limited amount of space that I have to work with, that would work really good for me. So I'm kind of obsessing a little bit over those shelves. I totally recommend them. They're very affordable, and if you do them just right, like you can fit them around your room in different spots. They come 6 to a pack, and I think you can pick like how many you want in your pack. I got them from Amazon, and they just allow you to customize the space so much without looking messy. I got the clear versions so that I can see the doll from head to toe without their like feet being covered up by a shelf or something like that. And they're just amazing. I can't say enough about those shelves. I think they're amazing. So if I can get my hands on some more of those shelves, then I'll definitely be pulling out more dolls, and then I'll have more space to display the dolls. I'm gonna pull her out of here. And y'all already know how I do with these box openings. Don't nobody got time for that, so I'm just gonna do it off camera. But let me continue answering your questions while I'm doing that. BB's doll said, I hope to buy the Aphrodite and Odile soon. I hope you do too. I really, oh gosh, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. Look how rubbery she is. That's from being in this box out in the sun. Look it. What? Supposed to do that. Oh my god, she's like melting. What? She can touch her face, y'all. This is crazy. Oh my god, that's how hot it is out here. That's why my phone just conked out on me. It was like, biatch. I ain't playing this with you today. Not today, Gypsy. I'm so sorry, phone. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I didn't know. This is crazy. And I had some boiling water already, but yo, her head is so freaking squish stage right now that is not even necessary. You know what? Let me put you in the sun so you can cook a little. That'll make things a lot easier for me. It's not all bad. It kind of worked out. So now I don't need the water. Thank you, Lord. Goodness gracious. That is amazing. I have never seen a doll so squishy in my life like this without putting heat on it. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I was really joking earlier when I said, oh, maybe if she's been sitting in the sun, maybe she'll be softened up for me and her head will be squishy and I can just pull it off. I was totally just kidding. I had never imagined that could really happen. Through the box. That's how hot it is, y'all. This is crazy. And I'm in Washington State. It don't be hot like that around here. Everybody complains, the ones that I've seen online, open up this doll. Everybody complains that her hair is a hot mess because it's, you know, it's got gel in it or whatever to keep the curls in place. And these curls are very artificial. This doll does not have actual curly hair. I think she's got straight hair or like a little bit of a bump probably at the end, but she don't really got curly hair. So they had to put gel in here to keep these curls in place. And of course, it doesn't look anything like the style that's on the box. Let's look at the box. That's how she looks in this little promo picture. Oh, go away. And then the hair here, not really. It's not, no. It ain't. No. And then also the promo shot that we've been seeing floating around the internet, that doll looks super different too, because this one actually looks more accurate to the one that's inside the box. But that one, her skin tone looks a lot darker. Like, she almost looks tan. And her hair color is more of like a burgundy. It looked closer to the color of the dress in those pictures. And this doll obviously doesn't have that color hair. It's like more like the usual redhead doll hair color that we normally see. That's like an orangey kind of a tone. It's not burgundy. It's not like deep red. It's not like that. It's, look at, next to the red, it looks straight up orange. You know what I'm saying? So you can't believe the promo pictures all the time. Sometimes they do a good job of making it accurate, and sometimes they just do whatever they want. Goodness, let me see. Are your legs squishy too? Oh, your legs aren't as squishy, but they get in there. Okay, poor Dolly. All right, while her head is still squishy, let's pull it off. And this is not a review. I'm not going to review this doll. This is just the way she comes. There's tons of people reviewing this doll in great detail on YouTube right here. So if you're looking for a review, highly, highly recommend that y'all hang out with those guys and see what they got going on their channels. Wow, this is so easy. Yay, that was so easy. I love that. And then this is what the peg looks like on the inside. It's a cute dress. I like that it's... Everybody says they don't like that it's plain, but I actually love that it's plain because you can kind of dress it up if you want. You can add more to it. I saw people adding like rhinestones and different little flowers and stuff like that to it. That's so cute. So I kind of like that it has a very plain base. I don't know, but I'm not one of these people that's into all these gowns and dresses anyways. So maybe my opinion doesn't really matter in this situation. But yeah, I like her nails are painted. That's cool. Okay. But damn, for $45, Mattel, y'all gonna have to give us a little bit more. Sorry. Just gonna have to do that. That's what I'm saying, because it's holiday season. It's gotta be like special. Like, I just feel like I don't think it needs a whole lot more, but a little bit more shimmer would have been nice. A little bit more shine. Because like, what if this is the only holiday Barbie that I get this year and I'm displaying it with the rest of my holiday decorations? She gotta stand out. She got to stand out. You feel me? She can't just be like blending in with the walls. No. No. She gotta be rivaling the tree. That's how I feel about it. If I'm gonna go through all of this decorations and spending money and stringing up lights and carrying on so I can, what do you call it? What do they call that? Decorate your house, I guess, whatever. With your holiday stuff, don't you think that it's only right that the Barbie that I have on display is like competing with all of that? Come on. Especially for the price I'm paying, bruh. I shouldn't have to do a whole bunch to the doll. I gotta just take it out. Oh shoot, she don't want to be on. Girl, you give me a hard time. Is your face squishy? Oh yes. Okay, I gotta do this while the iron is hot. Let's see. My handy dandy scissors. Let me see what else somebody said. So many comments I'm missing. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully she goes on sale. What is your favorite Barbie body? My favorite Barbie body are all of the Made to Move bodies. All of the body types that Made to Move come in. I don't have a preference for any particular one. I like all of them. I really, really do like the curvy body type, but I know from experience just doing head swaps, not every doll's face looks good on a curvy body, and not every doll's face looks good on every kind of body type. There's certain body types that I think just go better with certain faces, and not any particular face, but just, you know, when you look at the doll and you get the vibe for who she is, like this doll, for example, when you just look at the face, you get like a vibe for the kind of personality she might have. And sometimes the dolls have like a very cutesy kind of a face sculpt. Those tend to look really cute on petite bodies. Then you have those dolls that are like kind of like sultry looking, and depending on how big the head itself is, some of those look really good on curvy bodies and tall bodies even. So it just depends on the doll. But for me, my favorite type of body is the Made to Move bodies, because all the articulation that it comes with, which just it just leaves very little that I can't do with my dolls when I'm trying to pose them and get certain kinds of looks going. So I love that. As soon as we saw the yoga dolls with the first wave of MTM dolls that ever came out, yellow top, purple top, pink top, those girls, blue top, we were on it like immediately. And nobody was talking about them dolls at first. Like, nobody even knew that they were a thing until people on YouTube started talking about them. But as soon as I saw it, like, look at how squishy her face is. Yo, thank you, son, for doing your job. Finally. And it just popped off so easily. Okay, so the reason why I'm using this doll is because I think that she would be a good body donor match for Odile. I'm sure they're the same skin tone. Odile has like a default Barbie skin tone, and she has a default Barbie body skin tone as well. So they're going to match. So I'm going to use that body. But of course, because it's a default body, you should be able to use any kind of like yoga doll that has the Millie doll's head sculpt with the blonde hair. Most of those should work with these, with Odile. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, y'all, honestly, when I saw her in the box, I didn't have this urge to like handle the doll because I thought that she looked very stiff and unnatural inside the box. She looked like a robot to me. Like, it's just my opinion. But when I saw her like this, she looked very robotic. And I was like, eh. But now that I see her on this body, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, now you're supposed to be able to touch your face. But earlier, you wasn't supposed to be able to touch your face, bruh. Let me see if it's still squishy. Oh my gosh, it really is still squishy. Dang, how hot is it out here? Oh my gosh. Am I imagining things? Is it supposed to be like this? What is going on? I'm confused. I don't remember my other Model Muse bodies doing that. Hi, Minnie G. I know you said hi like mad long ago. Who's the handsome man on the right, though? Who is the handsome man on the right, though? Litum? I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly. I got two men here. I got this guy. This guy is, I call him Legend, but he is part of the Power Pair couple series, which he came with her. They came together, and they are the 2021 convention? I'm not sure. Could be 21, could be 22. I don't know. And then... And this Power Pair, they also have a Hispanic version of them. So it's not this face sculpt. For the boy, it's a Tate sculpt. And for the girl, it's a Claudette sculpt. But I already have a Tate and a Claudette. Multiple Claudettes. So I don't have a Marissa sculpt, which is her. So that's why I wanted this particular version, because I needed her face. Ink pads. Hi. Solar assisted doll customizing. She's kind of giving me Jessica Rabbit vibes. Ooh, which one? Are you talking about her? Hi, Tevin. I like the pegs on the collector dolls better than the Playline MTM bodies. This dress sounds a bit crunchy. It do. It do sound crunchy. That's because the tulle and this fabric underneath and this one on top, they're like rubbing against each other. They look very satiny, but they're not. They don't feel like that. They feel a little bit more stiff than that. And see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not a fashion person, so like this kind of thing, I don't even care. You know, I'm not gonna do anything with this dress other than turn it into a costume for something. Once in a blue moon, maybe I'll whip it out to like take a couple of pictures in a doll for a doll that I want to see and something like that, and keep it moving. But I ain't taking that dress serious. So if I was someone who was really into fashion like that, like I would be very disappointed with the quality, you know. She got some nice little heels down here. I think I have these same heels in black. No, white. I think it came on one of my Barbie Look Souls. It looks really familiar, the white version. Hi, Viola. It's so hard to find curvy clothes. It is so hard to find curvy clothes. And I have a lot of clothes that I try to get clothes that are kind of stretchy looking when I look at them, just so I'm sure that it's gonna fit a curvy doll. But I like the curvy dolls clothes to fit them properly, like actually be fitted on them and not loose, because I think it just looks better. Let's see how she looks with this body. I'm just curious. Hey, Ginu, can one of you guys bring me that water, please? Let's see. She alright. She alright. She's okay on this body. Doesn't look bad. I wouldn't keep her, but I don't know. Maybe I'll sell her. We'll see. But I don't need that outfit. I don't need that body. This is all I wanted, was the head. So for $40, I basically just purchased a head, you guys. And then because this face sculpt is so rare, it's the only reason why I justify doing this. Because who the hell is he talking to? Anyway, yeah, so why is he so loud? Sorry guys, I'm outside and my neighbors are walking around and being human beings and stuff. Ugh, why can't they go do that somewhere else? At least there's not like a bunch of loud cars today, because usually it's mad loud engines all around me. Yeah, that dress doesn't even look like the seams are complete. I can't even argue with you. I can't deny. No, it doesn't look like it is. Super doll. Thank you. Sometimes the fresh doll's clothes fit the curvy bodies along with some older Ken doll pants. Yeah, that's a good tip, Tevin. Yeah, I do suggest that you do what he's talking about, which is go venture outside of this brand as far as Barbie dolls are concerned. Whatever happened to Sparkle Girls clothes? What happened to them? I haven't seen a Sparkle Girls outfit in a store in ages, but I still see like certain dolls and stuff that they make by that brand. So the brand is still going, but like what the heck happened to the clothes? And I feel like they were killing it on the sales with those clothes. So why did they stop producing them? They could have, even if they upped the prices a little bit, they were so cheap. They were like $3 a pack, $3 an outfit. They were so cheap that even if they raised the prices up $1 or $2, they still would have been able to make those sales and compete with Barbie. Like, I don't know why they stopped doing it, but I know I am imagining it, right? Nobody's seen any of them in their stores lately, have you? Sometimes the Fresh Dolls clothes, okay, I read that Sparkle Girls clothes are almost Walmart exclusive. Yeah, I know, they are Walmart exclusives, but you can't find them no place. I don't see them in any Walmart stores. I don't see them online. I don't see them nowhere. Like, where they at? And why does Sparkle Girls not have their own website by now? Like, y'all are really behind the times. What is going on? Anyway, I gotta do something with this hair because it's very annoying. Look at how, ugh. What is this? Hey, what happened to the water? Somebody gonna bring me the water? Hello? Bonjour? Hello? Anyone? Nobody's listening? Nobody hears me? Oh, there you are. Oh, thank you so much. Can you pour some in here for me? Hold on, I gotta move this out the way because I'm clumsy. Thank you. And then also, can you bring me, do we have paper towels? No. Can you bring me a little washcloth? Thank you. You very nice. That's enough. Yeah, thank you. Okay. I know you guys are like, what is she doing? This is what I'm doing. I'm about to dunk her head. I don't like the way her hair is right now. Oh, look how long it is. It's long. Is this clean?
Yeah.
Alright. Can you find another color? Thank you. That's very nice. Children are wonderful, aren't they, guys? You have to think for them. You have to do everything for them. They don't have to do anything. Kids are great. Why do we have them? Jeez. What are they for? Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. You're a nice child. Anyways. Let me see. What did you say? Tevin, hold on. You talking faster than I can read. Let's see. TM said, I know, right? They were my favorite. Tevin said, I meant online on the Walmart website. They usually are in packs of 5 from the last time I checked. You saw Sparkle Girls clothes on Walmart? Or are you talking about some other brand? Because where they at? Where they at? Shoot. Anyway, I wish they would bring them back. I really was hoping they would like up their quality a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Sparkle Girls, y'all had the right idea. I totally supported that line of the doll clothes. I don't know about the dolls themselves because they were kind of whack, but the clothes, bruh, y'all was killing it. What happened? For the price, you can't complain. You know, not everything they made was worth getting, but a lot of the stuff that they were coming out, and they were coming out with like new waves of fashions quickly. I am going to have to check these Sparkle Girl dolls out so I can stop sewing so much. Yeah, the Sparkle Girl head mold reminds me of Miley Cyrus. Is that a compliment or a diss? And to who? Okay, that's a little bit better. So I guess the sun's heat wasn't hot enough to bake her hair for me, huh? Alright, there we go. Oh, it's very smooth. It's the nice quality saran hair we all like that we're used to, the tingle-free hair. And it's really long. What? It is like way down past her bootay. That's really cool. Okay. Ah, hair shedding. That's okay. It's alright if it sheds. She got a lot of hair on her head, you guys. No lie. This is a lot of hair. Like, I haven't dug into her scalp yet, but she probably has a pretty good rooting job here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is really well-rooted hair. Wow, I'm very impressed. This is what I would expect from something like this doll with this sculpt. You know, and you know what else I really like about this doll too? She reminds me a lot of the Ariel character from Disney. Obviously, she doesn't look exactly like her, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like if they turned the Little Mermaid into a what do you call it? Like a live action movie, and then obviously a human would have to play her. I could see a girl who looks like this doll playing Ariel in a live action movie and it working. You understand what I'm trying to say? In that sense, she reminds me of Ariel with this hair tone and the length and just the way her face looks. She has a very like a fairy, kind of like a Tinkerbell type of a face, if you know what I mean. She's like cutesy kind of. Look at her little upturned nose. Like she's got a cute kind of a face. So all of that just flows real seamlessly with the Disney concept, and that's why she reminds me so much of like an Ariel. And Ariel is one of the Disney characters that I do not have in my collection. I did find one at a thrift store recently that I need to do something with because she's a hot mess, but other than that, and I think she has an open mouth. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if the one that I found has an open mouth, but the ones I see online lately has an open mouth, and it just irks me. So I haven't added one officially to my collection, but I've been looking for an Ariel doll for the longest, and I'm real picky about what Ariel doll I want because I want her to feel the most authentic to like the movie version because I think she's so cute. But this doll, like I said, just reminds me of that whole mermaidy vibe, and Ariel specifically, that character. So it's like she's filling that void for me that I've been having because I don't have an Ariel doll in my collection and I can't find one that I like. I don't just want it because it's Ariel. It has to be like a specific face. Let me see what this person said. Okay. Inkpet says neutral. It's just something that I noticed. Tevin, Barbie's quality is not up to par because no other company makes affordable, realistic looking fashion dolls like they used many years when Barbie had real competition. Even cheaper dolls were better. Kaleda said, I thought the same thing. What a great Ariel she would make. Yeah, so if you're somebody who's into Disney and you like to redress your dolls to look like Disney characters, this doll would be a really great candidate for either a straight up repaint and make her really look like Ariel, or just to keep her the way that she is and like represent Ariel. I think I saw someone do a makeover of her. I want to say it was on Instagram where they dressed her up to look like actual Ariel, and it was very believable. And I thought it was, yeah, it was a very good job. So that's what I really liked about this doll because she just gave me super Ariel vibes, and I need her. Just looked the Sparkle Girls up. I feel like I have seen them at Five Below. Oh, really? Once I buy Odile, I will definitely restyle her. Yeah, babies, dolls. I have to agree on that one. I think even the Flight of Fashion version, I probably, if I had been able to get that doll, I probably would have kept her like that for like a month and then eventually removed her clothes and everything and like redressed her to see what she would look like as a so-called regular girl. But I don't really have the motivation in my collection to keep my dolls as like fairies or like fantasy creatures. So even when I buy dolls that are supposed to be like superheroes and, you know, fantastical beings, I don't keep them that way. I always make them look like regular people as much as I can. And she does have a very cartoony face. So it's not like I'm saying she's like realistic looking. That's why I said she reminds me a lot of Ariel. But you know, certain kinds of cartoony faces work like this. They just work. And then sometimes they be just looking like kindergartner toys. And then sometimes you want the realistic face. It just depends on what you're trying to go for, you know? It depends on the sculpt. So, I don't have a problem with that. Okay, let's see. Tevin said, back then companies made better play sets for 1/6 dolls. Now, not so much. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I only want the 22 holiday Barbies just to restyle and redress them, even look them like regular. Yeah, I like for my dolls to just look like regular human beings you would see walking down the street. And of course, you're gonna have exceptions to the rule, you know, every once in a while. Wait, what? What happened to her stand? Oh, she's got one of those weird mutant stands. I don't need that stand. Let me see. I'll try this one. Come on. yeah, so this body is just a regular height body. And maybe down the line, if I find a curvy body, I might try it out just to see how it looks. Maybe I'll do it on a sunny day and she can just bake in the sun for a while so I can pop her head off easily. But I would be curious to see how she would look as a curvy girl. I think she might look okay curvy. And then, because she's got like a round head. Y'all, she's so cute though. Like, seriously? Seriously. This is what I live for. Face sculpts. And this is so funny too. One of my viewers, so we did a poll on this channel, right? I asked you guys what you guys think is the overall theme of my collection, and I threw a couple of suggestions out, things that I hear people describing my collection as, and asked you to vote. Most of you predominantly said that you feel like the running theme is diversity. And hi, Janine. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a live in a little while. I just figured you were very busy. But of course, you guys can always chime in to the videos after the stream is over and then comment there too. But what the heck was I saying? I was talking about, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought because I'm slow like that. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Hold on. Collector head suits Barbie better. Somebody said that they thought that this doll should be the new standard Barbie face sculpt instead of Millie, and basically just use her to be Barbie. And I also heard someone else compare her to a Superstar sculpt and said that she looks like a closed mouth version of Superstar. I don't agree, but I do see where you're coming from. I think when you look at her in pictures, it could seem like she looks like the Superstar sculpt with a closed mouth, but I kind of feel like there's fundamental differences in the face structure. So if you look at them side by side, you probably wouldn't look that way. I don't know. I think she's way cuter. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Oh, yeah. Okay, so Janine said I was talking about my poll. So in the poll, I asked you guys, thank you. She'll always be paying attention to things. Yeah, in the poll, I asked you guys what you thought my overall theme was in my collection. So most of you guys said that it's diversity, right? But somebody said they would say that it's diversity, but they don't feel like it is diversity because most of the dolls that they see me with are either black, Asian, or representing Blasians, and they feel like, well, that's not enough races to be considered diverse. And I got where they were coming from, and my response to that was, true, the dolls that I show the most are the dolls that you could consider black, Asian, or Blasians. That's true. I agree, but that's because I can only show a certain portion of my collection online. I'm not showing all of my dolls. You feel me? And when you look at my entire collection, I have dolls that represent like countries from every continent, groups of people that you've never even heard of, mixtures of people that you probably never even ran into in real life or saw on TV. But I've seen those people. I've run into those people. So I have characters that represent not just racial diversity, but cultural diversity, right? Because culture is really, I think, more of a focus for me when it comes to diversity. You can have 7 black characters and all 7 of them would have totally different cultures depending on their lifestyles. You've got the black Africans, people who are actually from Africa and they moved here, right? Then they're bringing their whatever their culture was in Africa that they're bringing over here with them. Then you've got the people who are descendants of Africans. So their parents were Africans that immigrated, but they were born in the United States. So they're very Americanized, but they might still be in touch with some of that culture from their parents. Then you've got the people who are full black, so they think, Americans who grew up in the hood. Then you got the people who are full black Americans that grew up in the burbs. Then you got full black Americans who are like different tax brackets. Like all of the cultural norms for those black people are going to be different. You feel me? So even though they're all so-called black, their lifestyles are different, their way of thinking is different, their religion is different. They don't all share one culture, even though they're all black people, if that makes sense. Then you have the people who are from all different types of places, but they share the same so-called black culture. And that's where, you know, I have characters like Kimber, who's like my hood white girl. I know so many white girls that just grew up in urban areas around a bunch of brown people, and the way they behave, the way they talk, the way they think, their lifestyle, it might remind you of a typical black person from that community, but that person's not black. Is she not somehow still a part of our culture, though? You see what I'm saying? Because that's all she knows, and that's where she's comfortable at. I know so many white girls like that, and I have dolls that represent those kinds of people. She's not just white because she's white on the surface. She's white, but there's a whole subculture going on in this girl's life that's adding to her experience racially, if that makes sense. And I try to break it down like that because for me it's like that. That's my reality, and I'm not the only person that's going through that, being part this race and part that race, and having multiple cultures that you're carrying around with you, you know. It's a balancing act. People aren't always just one thing. So I think that that's interesting. Like when I look at Adonis, my husband, he's, I guess you would consider him a full black person, and he grew up in the hood, but he does a lot of things that people from the hood don't do, and he blends in perfectly in the burbs. I had a friend say, I can't decide if Adonis is from the suburbs and then moved to the hood, or if he's from the hood and moved to the suburbs, because he's just so fluid in both worlds. And that's a really interesting thing, that you're juggling these multiple cultures, even though on the outside people just see a black guy. You see what I'm saying? I think that's interesting. So that I really be trying to represent when I'm looking at my dolls, and I'm trying to figure out personality types for them, names, where they might be from. Like I might have a doll that I say, like these twins, you know, I say I want them to be Sudanese, but that doesn't mean that because my characters are supposed to be from Sudan that they necessarily were born there. Maybe they were born here. Maybe their parents are from Sudan and they were born in America. They have all of the physical traits of somebody who might be from that culture, and somebody might judge them based on the fact that they say that they're from that culture, but that doesn't mean that they 100% identify with the culture, because maybe for them predominantly American culture is their culture, right? That's what I show when I do skits with my identity crisis, racial identity crisis twins, Reagan and Sierra. They're both mixed black and white, but one gravitates more towards her black culture, or what she perceives to be black culture, and the other one gravitates more towards what she thinks is white culture. And they clash with each other because they're constantly trying to, I guess, act like one is more superior than the other, but the joke is it's not. They're both ridiculous and they're both the same. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're all the same. There's nobody's culture is better than another. We're just different. We have different cultures, but we're all the same. We're human beings. We all have the same needs, and we all will find some common ground to connect with each other on. So I think that's like the vibe that I try to show with my collection, and that's what I'm going for when I'm looking for different features in my dolls that I want to add to my collection. Just thinking about all of those little nuances and human interactions, I think is just fascinating. Tevin said there's African-born blacks, black Americans, Haitians, Jamaicans, black Indians, British blacks, Afro-Latinas. Absolutely, it's so diverse. People are so different, even though they're the same. Janine said, I personally think we do see your whole collection quite a bit. It's only a few clicks away. Also, just because you don't see the full collection doesn't mean your collection is lacking in diversity. That's a good point. You're so smart. Little Miss Kitten said someone died in the background. Uh-oh. Kaleda said Simone is so beautiful. Yeah, I don't get tired of looking at these dolls. They're so pretty. I don't know what it is about these dolls that is captivating. Sometimes I think it's just their like skin tone, maybe. I don't know, because I feel like I've seen a version of this doll with a lighter skin tone, just like a medium brown skin tone, kind of like hers. And oh yeah, by the way, I know this doesn't get talked about a lot, but this Simone sculpt, this is not the first time we saw this sculpt. From Barbie, it's the first time I think they let us buy the sculpt. But there are, you know, when you go on Barbie's Instagram page, like their official page, they post a lot of pictures of dolls that don't exist. They're not available for us to buy. They just have them up there, and all these different combinations of hairstyles, skin tones, face sculpts, and body types, and they just use them to take pictures to promote the company, right? So Simone, this sculpt is one that I think we've seen on a doll like that they were just using as a model on their Instagram page. And that version, the one that I saw one that had like kind of like a curly afro kind of a hairstyle, and then I saw another one that had, I think she had like cornrows going down her head. What's up? Are you calling me? Oh, okay. Yeah, and that version that I saw, I think that they were lighter tones of brown. Their faces were, they caught my eye because I hadn't seen them before, but they were not as captivating looking to me as these really really dark ones are. So I'm thinking it's probably something to do with the skin tone that makes them so fascinating to look at, because you just, it's rare to find dolls with that really dark deep skin tone that has absolutely pretty faces. You know, it's hard to find those unless you go to like Integrity, these more like higher end kind of expensive adult collector type brands. Those are the brands that you're gonna see stuff like that with the most. Oh, you know what, I'm lying too. Rainbow High, they are doing their darned thing right now with with their dolls, like the different skin tones you can get, the different features you can get on those dolls. Ugh, I feel like I'm not supposed to be doing it like this. What am I doing, you guys? I'm being weird again. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm just weird. I don't know how to not be weird. I be trying and it doesn't work. What the heck? Like, can somebody normal explain this to me? How do you be normal? I don't know how to do it. I think Simone captivates because of the combination of the skin tone, the hair texture, and the sculpts. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think it is. I think it's the whole combination. It just works. It just works on this doll. And I don't usually like to take like duplicates of dolls out. Like, I don't want two dolls that look exactly the same just out in my collection. That's not how I normally do things. But I just could not make up my mind about which one of them I wanted to keep out on display, because they look so different from each other in the face. To me, they look very different, even though they're the same face. So I turned them into a set of twins and decided I'm just going to keep them both out. Screw it. Why not? They're mine. I can do what I want with them. So that's what I ended up doing, and I don't regret it. I'm not tired of having the two of them taking up space on the shelf. And I hope I don't end up feeling like that about them. But also, I've been realizing that this is very difficult to do. Why am I... Ugh. Can you guys please tell me to stop? Yo, I swear, I'm not trying to be weird. I cannot help it, okay? I swear, I'm really not trying to be weird. This is just what I gotta deal with. God. Since when was this on here? I could have sworn I took another one of these dolls out of the box before and used it as a body donor, and she did. It was not this difficult. Oh, is it because of the heat? Maybe it melted to her. Maybe it's too squishy and moist. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but it's frustrating me, and I'm feeling like a crazy person. That's all I'm saying. Gosh, ugh. Y'all must be weirdos, because I don't know why do you guys put up with me? I don't know. Only weird people like me. Alright, let's see. If only Rainbow High play line dolls were a little less pricey. I know their prices are getting crazy out here. I'm like, do they really think people are spending $30-$40 on a doll for their children? And like, that's what they think? What? Most parents right now that have children that are old enough to play with dolls have probably lived through an era of being able to play with dolls their damn selves, and we know that they did not cost that much. The dolls don't need to cost that much. We know this. So who are you trying to fool here, Rainbow High? I don't understand. But in their defense, the quality, they're not giving us Barbie quality. They are exceeding Barbie quality. So exceeding Barbie price range, I can't even be mad at them. I can't. If they were messing up, then I will have more to say. But their quality is just really, really good. I like Rainbow High too, and I own several. I need to buy more while they are on sale. But now I'm stocking up Christmas gifts I bought for my cousins. While a lot of good stuff on sale, and I won't have to worry later. And that's Tevin talking about his plans for his Rainbow High collection. And I think people who collect rainbow high dolls really are very fearless when it comes to their collecting. They're like risk takers that are just gonna try out something just to see if they're gonna like it. And I respect that. I respect that because I'm not that brave. I'm really not that brave. I like to stick to what I know. I'll take a chance once in a blue moon if I can do it at a very low risk. Like if it's something that's super on sale and I'm not spending regular price on it. If it was like a sponsorship, if it was a gift, that's the only time. But unless I know for sure that it's something I'm going to be into, I can't risk it. And that was I think the only thing like that that I can think of that wasn't a huge risk for me, but I like deviated from the norm, was when I discovered Integrity toys. Yeah, even though they were very pricey, I wasn't afraid of the price because I knew that they were the kind of dolls that fit what I was looking for, that could compete with my Barbie collection. So even though they were pricey, I felt like that about those dolls. But all the other dolls, like Lamely, oh my lord, when Lamely was like very, very hot topic, I remember so many people like expecting for me to be reviewing a Lamely doll, and I was like, bro, I'm not reviewing anything. if you send it to me, I'll review it, but I'm not gonna buy a Lamely doll because it's too much risk. I just can't risk it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Somebody needs to convince me. I gotta see a few more reviews my damn self before I can take that plunge, because she's just not convincing me with these pictures. Like what I'm seeing here is not convincing me. And I don't regret not investing in one Lamely doll. I don't regret it. I'm so happy I didn't, because today I would have felt like it was a waste of my money. So I don't know. That's just how I am. But that's why I say the people who are collecting rainbow high dolls, like, y'all are brave. Y'all are brave. And I respect it. Okay? I really do. I love looking at the pictures of the rainbow high dolls. People get so creative with their like photography of those dolls, and they're like cute enough that you can angle them a certain way and just get certain really cute shots with them. And also they're like expressive at the same time. It's the weirdest thing. But I love looking at pictures of those dolls from other collectors. Not the stock photos, obviously. The rainbow high dolls in proportion reminds me of Blythe dolls, so the price comparatively is better. Yeah, and I was thinking the same thing, because when I said they're kind of expressive, that's what I was thinking of Blythe dolls. Those dolls, obviously you're not changing their facial expressions, but just something about the way that they're sculpted. They just look like they're thinking about something, you know, like they have emotions. I have him here in the background, this guy. So he is actually a thrift store doll, you guys. I found him at a thrift store. I already have this doll in my collection that I had purchased a while back. Another one of those guys. You guys probably don't see that much, but yeah. I have dolls that aren't Asian and black. Anyway, so so I have one already, and that one, I think I call him Pedro. But this one, I'm going to repaint his face a little bit and do some tweaking to him. I'm not sure if I want to keep his hair like this. I'm actually thinking about doing something else with his hair, maybe cutting it or whatever. So I don't know exactly what I want to do with him just yet, but I know this is not his finished state. But I just wanted to show you that I had got him at the thrift store, and I only spent like $3 on him. And he came with a stiff body, so I took him off that body and gave him a Made to Move body. And so he's just waiting to get worked on right now. So this guy, he's not part of my like main collection, but he's a work in progress. And I just thought that was interesting that I happened to find that at a thrift shop, y'all. I think I found him at Goodwill. But I also be finding dolls at other thrift stores too, not just Goodwill. And you gotta really look. But for me, the focus is the face. If the face looks like something I can put onto a new body and do something with it, I'm gonna take my chances. It's a thrift store doll. It's like $2 or $3, maybe even $1 if you're in a good region. I bought my first few RH dolls on sale last year. They were cheaper than $15. Tevin, I swear. Tevin only, like, I swear, every time Tevin talks about something he bought, it's always like crazy clearance prices that you ain't never heard of, and he be just finding these deals all the time. Like, I don't understand it. I think he lives in like a weird like parallel universe vortex where just in his region all the like the bomb doll stuff is just always on sale. Oh my gosh. I think the Naturalises will be worth collecting. Are people starting to get those yet? Did they start shipping out yet? The Naturalises dolls with the Afro texture hair will most likely be my mini-me. Finally. Minnie G said, I'm so excited for them, but also scared that it will not live up to the promo pictures in person. Yeah, that's always a reality. That's how I felt about Lamely. I was like, okay, Lamely, we'll see about that. Let's see these videos. This is what I hated about Lamely. Let's just keep it real, okay? This is what I did not like about Lamely. Firstly of all, I didn't like, I liked what she represented. That's what I liked about Lamely. The whole message behind Lamely, I was totally with that. That 100%, you got me. But the execution at the end of the day, you're not selling me just your message. You're selling me this product, right? The product got to compete with this other thing that has been the standard forever. So I get where you're coming from, but it's like Barbie can just do the same damn thing. And they did. They had a sudden comeback by hitting us with all this Barbie evolves, the doll evolves, and the body types, and the curvy doll. And they did it better. You know what I'm saying? So the message can't be what I'm paying for. It's got to be the product, right? To me, the product was subpar. When I was looking at the pictures, I was like, where is her joints? She got mad muscles. Like, she's taking up a lot of space, so she needs to have some kind of joints so we can, like, pose her in a way that she's, you know, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? She's not taking up all the space on my doll furniture. Because these kids that I'm buying the stuff for, they're playing with this stuff. So I'm like, here we go with the kindergarten legs. Okay, so if you're going to give me kindergarten legs, the price point got to reflect that. And when I say kindergarten legs, I mean, this is what I mean by kindergarten legs. The dolls that have no articulation, when you sit them, they're always like this, perpetually. They just sit like this. And this, to me, is how kindergartners sit, okay? You don't bend your legs. Your legs are too short. They don't reach the floor. And they're just like, you're like sitting on the sofa like this. What? That doesn't make any sense. I need this. And like those weird clicky legs we used to have, it was like click, click. Like this is as far as the legs would move. Bruh. I can't sit at the dining room table like this. My mom will slap me. She'll be like, move your legs. Bro, you're taking up all the space under the table. No, they gotta be like this. And the dolls don't look like kindergartners, so it don't make no sense, right? But me, I'm just asking for too much, I guess. Ugh. Anyway, so I'm like, if you're going to give us the kindergartner legs, that's fine. But the price got to reflect it, bro. And it wasn't. The prices were, like, outlandish in my mind for dolls that probably can't even fit into any of your existing doll clothes wardrobe. And then the look on Aunt Lamely's face, like, she was kind of cute. But the look on her face, she just looked so dead inside. Like, she just looked like, y'all. Oh, my God. I remember just looking at pictures of her, just thinking crazy things as I was looking at the pictures. Like, this girl looks like she's dead. Like, she's not even alive. She looks like a mannequin. I don't want her to look like a mannequin. She's supposed to be alive in her doll world, you know? Like, I just didn't see it. There was no expression on her face. She just looked so blah, like she looked so bored and like she didn't want to be bothered. And I was like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't take it seriously. This is crazy. I just cannot do this. Oh my God. And then the next wave of dolls, I was waiting for the next wave. Then they made the black girl and then they made the boy. Y'all, please don't get me started. When I saw the black doll, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I can't. I can't even commentate on this. I'm going to sound like a hater. And I'm really not even hating. I love the message and I love the intent behind it. But the execution brought, like, yo, that doll to me looked like the guy who is the creator of that doll. What's his name? Something Lamb, right? I just imagined him like sketching in the middle of the night. Can't go to sleep. He's sketching in his imagination what he thinks the average black girl looks like. This is like a middle-aged white guy who probably has no contact with people outside of his neighborhood, right? And this is what I would imagine, and that's what I thought that that doll looked like. I was like, bruh, you can do better than this. What is going on? Lamely was boiled down to her weight and her flaws, but she never went beyond that. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, well, Mattel can just do that too. You know? I have a doll like that. Yo, my Rosie O'Donnell doll. She's like the closest thing I can think of to, and she's more interesting than Lamely. So I was like, nah, I get what you're trying to do, but bro, I'm sorry. You're competing with Mattel. And this is how I feel about all of these brand new doll companies that be popping up and disappearing overnight. Nobody, if you can't compete with Mattel, stop even trying, because everyone's going to compare you to Mattel. That's all we know. That's all we have. We're going to naturally just compare you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to compete. If you can compete, then have at it. Go at it. That's why I said, like, Integrity Toys. As soon as I saw them, I was like, yep, I can't even play these guys. Nope. I can't say nothing. I feel you. I feel you, Integrity. I feel you. I see where you're coming from. I couldn't even hate on it. I couldn't say nothing. I had to just fall in line or get out of the line. You feel me? So it is what it is. And I'm blessed to have some Integrity Toys dolls in my collection, which, of course, you guys don't see a whole lot because I don't photograph them as much. But I do have some, and I feel so blessed to have them. They're freaking expensive as hell. They're so pricey. And it's not even because of the price, because a lot of those dolls were given to me as gifts from other collectors, viewers that watch my channel, and my husband gifted them to me. So, like, I didn't necessarily spend my own money on most of them, but they're so beautiful. Like, I have a set of dolls that I think it was 5 heads. It was either 4 or 5 of them that one of my dolly friends, Alfonso, what up, he sent to me as a gift just out of nowhere. And those heads, I found bodies for each one of those heads. I think I put all of them onto Barbie bodies. Most of them have made to move bodies. And so they're Barbie Integrity hybrid dolls. Even with Barbie bodies, they just are so immaculate in the face. Like, they're just beautiful. And, like, I take them as seriously as I would have if I had bought them brand new with all of the things that they came with. You know what I'm saying? So I do have a couple of dolls like that that I just got brand new. But then I have dolls that people just sent me their heads. I have one of my favorite ones, Griselda. She's like a vampire pale. And she has like the stankiest look on her face. Like, she just looked like a bitch, please. Like, that's how she just looks. And Cutie Erica, if you guys follow her on Instagram, she sent me that doll as a gift. And she actually bought her as a pair. It was her and her twin sister. And then she wanted to keep the twin, but she didn't want that doll. So she just sent it to me as a gift. And I swear that doll is like one of my top 10 in my collection. You feel me? And when I got her, she didn't have no clothes. She was completely nude. She didn't have any accessories. It was just literally the doll with everything stripped off of her. And she just threw her back into the box and shipped her to me. So even in that state, like, she was like so brand new. And I was like, yes, I need this doll in my life. And that really, really, like, put me on to how fly Integrity Toys dolls are. They just do such a great job on their faces that what can you say about them, you know? Now, I would love for them to have the functionality of the double joints. Someday maybe they will do that, but honestly, I mean, those dolls, they really are just like beautiful mannequins that you're not going to do a whole bunch of posing with. So it doesn't take away from the dolls that they don't have made to move style joints, but I would love to see that. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Let's see. And the boys, they definitely need pivotal neck joints for the boys, because they can't move their necks except for sideways. This outfit that I have on her, this actually came on like a kind of like a old school type of a doll, and it's very like 70s kind of, the dress. I wanted to see how she would look in it. That's why I threw her in that. I had a couple of different things I want to see her in, but I can't make up my mind about what I want to put on her, so I don't know. I'll swap her out of a few different outfits later probably and take some pictures, and then I will post them on my platforms so you guys can get more looks of her. And she really is a good match for this skin tone, which is the default Barbie doll skin tone. I used the Barbie Looks doll with the red hair, Heidi Sculpt. I used her body as the donor, and her hair's already dry after we stuck it into the water. Oh my goodness, it's so luscious. Like, there's a nice little curl at the ends here, which I am digging. And I'm gonna take this little ponytail out eventually, but it's very tame, it's very soft. None of that crispity crunchy gel stuff is in here anymore, so I don't feel that. And as y'all saw, I didn't like rub the hair, I didn't really manipulate it. I just dipped it in the hot water a bunch of times, and then just pat dried it with a towel, and that's all I did. And then I brushed it. So that's how I got it to look like this. I didn't do nothing special to it at all. And I am digging her. I'm so glad I got this doll, you guys. What do you guys think of this doll? Is this something that you would add to your collection? If you have not come across this doll yet, I highly recommend this doll. Yeah, right now the base price for her is $40. So if you're somewhere where you can't get the doll, it's gonna end up being a lot more for you. But the base price for the doll is $40. So if you feel like it's worth it to get this head sculpt for $40 and then customize it, I say go for it, only because the only other doll that is available with Odile's face is the Flight of Fashion Barbie, which is $120, sold out completely, and the only way to get it is on eBay or some third-party seller who's definitely going to charge you more than $1.20 for it. And I think that doll comes with some level of articulation. I don't know exactly how much. They say they said that she's the J-Lo body type, so her upper torso, from her upper body she's articulated, and then from the lower body she's not. So yeah, for that very limited articulation, plus I only want you for the head, I don't know if I want to spend $120. It's just not, no. That's not happening. So this, I think, is a good substitute for that. And that one also has a side glance, just like this one. So it's very similar, you know, just a different hair color. Very similar. I'm happy with my decision to add her to my collection, and I'm glad that the opportunity came for me to do that. And I like to share these stories with you guys about dolls that I have on my grail list and my wish list, because I want to be an example that when you believe that you're gonna get it, you can get it. It's possible for you to get it. It might be something that you're like, oh man, it's so expensive, like the Flight of Fashion doll. When I saw that doll, it was a while ago, way before this doll came out. I never even fathomed that another doll would exist with that head sculpt, because when I was researching that doll, I realized she was the only doll that existed with that sculpt, and it was brand new. So it didn't occur to me, you know, but I was hoping. 2019, yeah, it's a very new sculpt. I was hoping that I would see that sculpt again at some point, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, yep, we got to add this one. And thankfully the price compared to the first one is not ridiculous, you know. Hi King Ja. I'm so glad her hair is more orange than the promo picture, because I was not feeling the red hair. I missed her when she was live, but I'm going to get her. I really do hope you get her. Adonis wanted me to get a couple more, but like I said, I was contemplating between the Tooth Fairy doll, so I was like, I don't know if I want to get a second Odile just to have a backup, and then like not get the Tooth Fairy doll if I had to pick between one or the other, since I already have the Odile now. But if I see her again, I might just get another one as a backup. I would love her in more mod themed styles. Yeah, I think she would be really interesting to redress in different, not just colors, but different styles of clothes, right? And see how she will look. And but I don't know exactly what style I would settle for on her. I'm not sure. But, huh?
Are you live streaming?
Yeah, we're streaming.
Can we get pizza?
Pizza?
Yeah.
We getting pizza?
What'd you say?
Who's getting pizza? From where?
Like, I don't know. Anywhere?
From anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I do it?
What'd you say?
Huh? No, I'm just talking to myself. I like the stiff bodies instead of the Made to Move. Yeah, some people have that preference, and I get it, because the stiff bodies don't have joints. They don't distract you from the way that the doll's body is supposed to look. It looks more seamless, And I totally can see why people like that body type better sometimes. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the way that they look. The bodies that don't have joints, I think they're pretty. I just don't like them better than the Made to Move bodies because I can't do anything with them. It doesn't give me any versatility as far as interacting with the doll. Like, I can't pose them the way that I want to pose them. And I always have these like ideas for things that I want to see the doll so-called doing. So I want to be able to pose them. Lately, I haven't been posing my dolls that much because, like I always say, I have such a limited space to work with here that I can't do everything that I want to do with my dolls the way that I could when I was in a bigger place. But once in a blue moon, when I get an idea that I just have to execute, I want to be able to do that. And that's part of why, for me, the main dolls that I keep out on my display area, I like to have them be jointed dolls. But I think I have one or two dolls that don't have joints that I just keep on their, either their original body or like a nicer upgraded body, like a model muse or something. I think I have like one or two. And those are the dolls that I'll pull out when like company's coming over and we're having some kind of shindiggery-do and I'm hosting, and I just want like a one doll out that's gonna be like a centerpiece kind of a thing. I'll pull out those dolls because I don't have to worry about them being all wobbly or like, you know, looking awkward if somebody taps the doll the wrong way and then like they've been changed out of their pose. You know how dolls just be looking awkward sometimes when they're like this. Like, why is your arm just sticking out to one side like that? You know, that I don't want to be like preoccupied worrying about that. So I'll pull out those dolls with the stiff bodies and just put them in like a nice outfit and match the scenery. That's what I'll use those dolls for. But as far as dolls that I'm photographing, interacting with them, changing their clothes regularly, I keep them out on display. Those dolls, I gotta see joints. If I don't have joints, I'm gonna be like, you're so stiff. It's probably just me, but I like the stiff body instead of the Made to Move. Minichi said, do you think she could pull off a Sandy from Grease style? Oh, that's a cool idea. I think she could. I think she can pull off a lot of the old-fashioned kind of styles from different eras because of the way that she, like, just, I don't know, something about the way she looks. She just looks very, like, here's what it is. You know, like Betty Boop, how she's, like, sexy but cute at the same time. It's, like, weird, right? That's the kind of vibe that this doll has. She's, like, cute, but not like a baby cute. Not like a child cute. She's just cute like kawaii, you know what I'm saying? But she's also like pretty at the same time. So yeah, I want to holla at you, but I mean, you're so cute, I want to like squeeze your cheeks at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe that this doll gives me. So that's why I feel like she would make a great cartoon character like Ariel. She'd make a great character representing different like periods in the past. And you could probably just switch her up and do all kinds of fun stuff with her. And something I'm playing around with these dolls, because they're basically the same doll, it's like I have the ability to give the doll two different looks at the same time and keep them both on display so I can see them both at the same time. And I imagine doing something like that with this doll. If I had more than one of her, I could see like a display where I just have like 5 different Odiles and they're like all the same Odile but dressed in different clothes and different styles, and it's like its own display, if that makes sense. I don't know, just my brain kind of like went there, but that would be like a cool looking display. I seen somebody's account like that on Instagram where there's no way this is one doll because it's just impossible. Like, I feel like the person has like a whole bunch of one particular doll and she just has different variations of that doll where she like changes the lipstick and the makeup on each version, but it's the same face. It's the same exact doll. It's like she opened up 10 of these and then each one she gave it slightly different makeup, but everything is pretty much the same, you know, and then slightly different hair textures. One hair will be braided, one will have curls, one will have it straight, so she can play around with it, but it's all the same character, if that makes sense. And then like you can literally dress all of the dolls in all these different fashions and styles at the same time, but it's all the same person. You know, does that make sense what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense, because I feel like I'm making it sound so complex when it really isn't. So I thought that was really creative. That's a creative way to express yourself. with your doll collection, there's no rule that says you can only have this one Odile, this version, only this one can be out of the box. You can't have no more of them out, but just this one. Why do you need 10 of them out? If you're doing something creative like that, like I could see like 7 of them, and it's all the colors of the rainbow, each one, but it's all the same doll. Like that would be so dope looking. Let's see, her in this outfit reminds me of Midge, right? This actually was from a Fashionista's doll. I love this material that they use. It's so strong. Like it's like a nice quality material. I don't know. Some kind of, I think it's some kind of cotton, but like it's not stiff, but like it's not thin, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. It has a nice thickness to it. Gypsy, I did make a new doll Instagram account, and I will message you on that account so you will know that it's me. Please do, because I love to keep in touch with you and throw ideas back and forth. I wonder if this would fit on her, because this came on a Silkstone doll, so her body type is really thin. Oh, speaking of Silkstone dolls, you know what? I tried on her original outfit on my Integrity Toys doll, my Poppy Parker doll. And I have 2 poppies, but I tried it on my black poppy, who has her original body, which is a lot smaller than a Made to Move body's dimensions, and it fits perfectly on that doll's body. So I'm glad that I can get some other dolls to wear that outfit that actually looks high-end, like the doll itself looks high-end, and that's not like a playline looking doll, because I don't want to waste that outfit. I like the yellow outfit that she came with. I just knew I didn't want to keep her in the outfit the whole time, so I needed to see if I could fit it on someone else. So it does fit on her. It fits on my petite doll's body too, but it's a little awkward because like the back part, it's still kind of tight. And then look at this, Jesus. Well, I guess we answered that question. Nope is the answer to that question. Let's keep it moving. That is not the one, homie. Oh, well, I tried. I was hoping. I was like, ooh, if this fit on her, that might be interesting look. But yeah, that kind of old-fashioned kind of stuff, I think that would look good on her. Let's see. T-shirt jersey fabric. Yeah, I think that's what it is. That dress. It's kind of, yeah, it's not stiff, but it's not like a flimsy thin kind of material, and I like that. I like the way it feels. Feels heavy duty, if that makes sense. It came on a Fashionista's doll that I got, good lord, I don't even know how many years ago, and that doll had a Leah sculpt, I believe, and I think that was when Fashionista still had those like descriptive names where they gave them the names based on the outfits they had on instead of numbers. That's how we were identifying them back then. And she was wearing that dress. And I think I ended up repainting that doll's face. So it's not the original face, but I don't even know if I still have that doll. What did I do with that doll? I might have sold it. I'm not really sure. I might have it. I don't know. Because that doll would not be something I would consider part of my active collection. Oh, look at this. It's so soft and sweet looking. Wow. Ipada. I wanted to try her in some pastels to see how it would look. This is what maybe Aryan from Barbie Nation would like this outfit. I don't know. It's very pastel-y. I love this like soft colors and the lace combination on this piece, but I don't know how I like it on her specifically. What do you guys think? Oh, that's cute. And that's the best part. Why you cover up the boobs? Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think that this dress looks okay on her, or it's like too much? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know about it on her. I like the dress though. I love that dress. I just don't know if I like it on her. Maybe it was purple or green. Yeah, if it was purple, I wonder what that would look like. The dress would probably look better on a curvy body. Oh, maybe you're right, because it needs to be like tight, right? Like real fitted. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's just probably too big for her. But also the colors. I don't know if I like these particular colors on her together. I don't know. Something about this light pink is kind of throwing me off. I don't mind this color. This peachy color is kind of cute. But this and this together with her hair, I feel very distracted. I don't know. I can't concentrate. She's got little pearl earrings. She's really cute. She's super cute. Oh, I want to hug you. Can I hug you? Oh, that's crazy. I shouldn't hug you. People are going to think that I'm nuts. Except they don't care what they think. Oh, should I care what they think? I don't know how to do it. His shirt is so bright. She needs saturated pastel colors, and particularly blue and green to contrast the orange hair. You know, my son said the same thing. I said, hey, Genu, what complements red hair? And he said blue and green immediately. That's how you know Jenny is an artist, you guys. And I was like, okay, thank you. Yeah, that's hilarious. Let's see. I feel like I always like refuse to put green and blue together, even though I do know that they're complementary. Not blue, green and red together, because it reminds me of Christmas, and I freaking hate Christmas. So anything that reminds me of Christmas, I'll just be like, rah. I'm good. Gets on my nerves. This is kind of cute. Oh, you're cute. What should I name you? I need to give you a name. I need to give you a name. I don't know what to call her, you guys. I'm gonna go look through my stash of names to see if there's a name that stands out that looks like it might be a name for her. I was thinking about Tavia, but I was also thinking about Talia. And I know a girl named Talia. She's really cute, but she's very sexy at the same time. So that's why I was thinking of Talia. And the girl I know named Talia is actually short for Natalia, but nobody calls her Natalia, everybody calls her Talia. So I was thinking maybe I'll call her that. Maybe I'll call her Tavia. I'm not sure which one I like better, but I'm contemplating. Minnie G said, hug that Dolly. That's what I'm trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Can be. Hey, what's up? Yeah, so Tay or Ta? That's a good question. Which one, right? What do you guys think? Tavia or Talia? I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up naming her freaking Rosalie. No, I already have another doll named Rosalie. But anyway, I don't know yet. But when I figure it out, I'll tell you guys what I end up naming her. She's so cute. She has to have a name. She can't not have a name. Certain dolls I can put off naming. Like, I'll wait until they just tell me what their name is eventually, because they do. Yes, my dolls do talk to me. But sometimes I can't go that long. I gotta give you a name. You feel me? It is what it is. Okay, so let's see. Oop, there we go. Alright, so now we're gonna say goodbye to everybody who came to hang out with us. And come back next time. And when I get my Tooth Fairy doll, I'll be sure to... I'm gonna try to do her redressing and everything on camera with you guys, so we can experience it together, and you can ask me whatever questions you want to ask me about her then and there if you want. That's what I'm gonna try to do. We'll see. And then this one, I gotta do a little photo shoot with her and try out some different outfits for her. And I wonder what she would look like in all black. She cute. Focus, camera, focus. Focus on her face, not my face, her face. On the cute face. Cameras are so horrible, they don't listen. But anyways. Hi, Jason. Yeah, so we're gonna go, and thank you guys so much for joining this discussion and hanging out with us. There's a couple things I'm gonna be doing in my next lives other than a Tooth Fairy. I'm gonna be showing you guys my book that I do my doll like inventory in, where I keep track of all of my dolls by name, and showing you guys how I divide it up by sculpt so that I can keep track of them. So I'll show you guys that, and that is for the people who want some ideas on how they can also organize their doll collection before it becomes so massive they can't keep track of their dolls. They don't know which dolls they have, which dolls they don't have. This is a good way for you to keep track. So, and also to keep track of their names, because if you like to name your dolls, once you get past a certain threshold, you ain't gonna remember all these names unless you're just constantly interacting with them on a daily basis, which most of us don't do once we get to a certain amount of dolls in our collection. You know, they're kind of unmanageable if you just let them keep growing and growing and growing. So this is my way of not doing that, and I just organize everything. And you can probably find a digital way of doing what I'm doing manually as well. So I'm going to just give you guys some ideas and to tell you guys how I do it. Okay. Nate, what's it? Enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to the next live. Yeah, Janine, if you're, don't forget to find me on Instagram. Don't forget, because I'm not gonna know which account it is to find you. So don't forget to come find me over there, okay? Alright, so we're gonna go. Let me just, I don't like how it's blurry, so I'm gonna switch because my eyesight is bad as it is, and I don't like looking at blurry things, and her face being blurry is bothering me.
So,
Huh?
Can we get the pizza?
You're not asking the right human being. You need to ask your father if he's gonna get you pizza, not me. I don't know why you're asking me. Because I'm going to tell you the same thing every damn time. Go ask your father. But they still be asking me. Why? Can you please explain to me, why do we have kids again? What is the point? To make my life more difficult? Oh, okay. Thank you. That's what I thought it was. No, but seriously, guys, you should have children. If you can, have children. Don't just have children with a bunch of crazy people willy-nilly. Not like that. I mean, get married. Do it in the right order. Have children. Why? Or if you can't have children, adopt some kids. Why? Because let's keep it real. They are your actual real investment into your retirement. What are you talking about? If you don't have kids, you know, my sister, she's a nurse, right? And she's been working in the by Mini G. She's been working in the nursing field for quite some time now. She's like a year younger than me. And she works in nursing homes a lot, and she tells me over and over again, you know who ends up in the nursing homes? They're mostly the parents who would not listen to their children. They're the parents who clashed with their children. They're the parents that know everything better than their children. Their children can't tell them nothing. Those are the people that end up in the nursing homes the most. And she was like, that's just what it is. People don't want to talk about that. People don't want to admit that, but that's what it is. And I kind of understand where she's coming from, because in American culture, it's very normal for people to just send their parents off to nursing homes. But in my Asian culture, at least, it's very abnormal. And also in Black culture, I feel like it's not the norm to have your elderly people living under strangers' care. It's not that I've seen in my experience here in the United States. So it's very important to have children or offspring or children that you're, you know, caring for, like even if they were adopted kids. Because when you're an old person and your spouse is gone and it's just you and you're in your 70s, 80s, 90s even, if you're blessed to live that long, and your body is breaking down on you. I saw what my grandmother was like at 86 when she died a year ago. I think it was a year ago. Dear Lord, thank God that my grandmother has her daughters. My grandmother has 6 kids altogether. One of them died before her. And my mom is the eldest. And out here in Washington, I've got 2 other aunts that live out here who are my mom's siblings. Thank God for her children, because their concern for her and the way that they were raised to honor their elders and respect their parents really, you know, made them sacrifice a lot of their time and their funds and their resources to care for my grandmother in her old age, so she didn't end up living in some nursing home and being cared for by a bunch of strangers, and maybe she wouldn't have lasted to 87 years old. But she was surrounded by her family, and we kept asking her because we thought she was like getting so old and tired, and she's in a different country. So we were like, do you want to go back to Korea, or do you want to stay here? And she just kept saying, I want to be where my family is. And most of us are here in the States. So in her last days, you know, all she cared about was just being around people that loved her. And she didn't want anything. She didn't want to go anywhere. She was tired all the time. She just wanted to be in the house, interacting with her family, looking at her family, looking at my kids. My kids are her great grandchildren, and I would bring them over there. They didn't even speak her language, but she was just so mesmerized with them, you know, like, wow, these are my freaking descendants. This is insane. This is like 2 generations behind me. It was surreal being in the same room with with my grandmother, who was my children's great grandmother, and I myself got to experience being around my great grandmother when I was little when we lived in Korea. So that's monumental to have that with someone, connections with people, and like I said, even adopted kids. Like my grandfather on this side, my he died first. He died a few years back, but that grandfather is my mom's stepfather, so it's not even her biological dad. So all of my aunts are my mom's not step, half sisters. But in our culture, they're not raised like they're half anything. You feel me? So like my mom always called her dad. So I thought that he was my biological grandfather because he never treated us any differently. And even after I found out that he wasn't biologically related to me, it didn't change a thing. I still had the same level of loyalty to him because he always treated us like we were his offspring. We never knew that he wasn't our biological grandfather. So my mom's real dad, he died a long time ago when she was little. And her mom basically like got remarried and then she had more kids. So these aunts here, they're my aunts. I don't think of them as anything other than my full blood aunts, even though I know they're not. They're half my mom's siblings, but the loyalty that they have with us is like you would never know the difference. You know what I'm saying? And it's so important. Your family is so important, and that's the blessing of having children. Is you're building your own clan. You're building your own tribe, your own peoples that got your back. And one day, when you're an old person, if you're blessed to live that long, you're gonna need somebody to care for you and help you. That's just life, y'all. I know it's hard to hear when you're young because you don't want to believe you're gonna need people when you're like old and tired, but that's just life. That's the cycle of life. The sooner you embrace it, the happier you'll be. So, at the end of the day, I be joking around and being sarcastic about my kids, but I'm so grateful that I have a good relationship with my kids and that hopefully it will stay that way until I'm an old lady and I'll have Ginu and Jaya to take care of me when I'm old, like my grandmother did, because I don't want to go out in no nursing home. That's not what I'm trying to do. Okay, that is not what I'm trying to do. So be nice to your kids. Don't spoil them, but be nice to your kids. Have a good relationship with them. Have an open communication with them. Don't hide things from your children because they're not stupid. They will figure it out eventually and then feel betrayed that you didn't trust them with the truth. So, it's a blessing. Tevin said, I'm not sending my mom to no nursing home. I don't give a damn. I'm disabled. I am. She works too hard for us growing up. Yeah, absolutely. Like the time and effort and care that goes into caring for you, even before you can talk and walk and form memories, that's priceless. You can never pay your parents back for that. You can never pay them back. Nothing you do in your lifetime will ever measure up to the level of concern, worry, care, and sacrifice that your parents make for you on a daily basis that they don't tell you about because it's not even a big deal. They're not telling you about it because I don't even need you to acknowledge that. I'm just doing that out of love. You know what I'm saying? And not for recognition. Like I had to tell my son the other day, I said, if I could convert the amount of love I have for you into money, nigga, you would never work a day in your life. Like I was like, for generations until the end of time, nobody who is your descendant would ever have to work if I could convert my love for just you into money. You know what I'm saying? But sadly, the world doesn't work like that. So I can't hook you up, bruh. But just know that's how much I love you, And that's monumental. So give back to your parents when they're old, if you can. If you got to pool resources with your other family members, siblings, your own kids, do it. Try to take care of your parents because most likely, they don't want to be a burden to you, so they're not going to just come out and just say that. But a lot of them, they don't want to die in a freaking place full of strangers, not even knowing if anybody gives a damn if they're there or not. They want to be around their family, and that experience, guys, is something that stays with you your whole life. When my grandmom was in the hospital when she was dying, I'm so glad my kids were there. All the cousins that we have over here were there. My aunts were there. My mom even tried to jump on a plane and like come there like immediately because she was like, I gotta be by my mom's side. You know what I'm saying? But it was surreal just being in that room, seeing all my cousins crying and like feeling the loss of her not being around anymore. Even though she hadn't even died yet, she was still laying in the bed like taking her last breaths. But us being there to say bye to her and telling her to her in person what she means to us, and like sharing with each other memories that we have with her was amazing. I can't even explain it, you guys. That's not a feeling. As a human, that made me feel so alive. Like it was like a real human experience feeling that, and then watching her take her last breaths. It's a wake up call that we're not gonna be here forever. So you gotta make every moment count as much as possible. Not to go running around trying to make a bunch of money, building relationships with the people around you. Because at the end of the day, at the end of your day, you're not going to care how much money is in your bank account when you die. You're only going to care about who's in this room with me holding my hand saying goodbye to me. Who's going to remember me once I close my eyes and I stop breathing? Or am I going to just disappear into the dust? No memories left behind. You know? I don't want that kind of existence. I want my kids to remember me and talk about me when I'm gone. Like I do with my family members who made a mark on me. Because not all of them did. But the ones that did, we absolutely still talk about them. So that's just, I don't know, that's just how I think. But anyways, I gotta get out of here. So I will be back again sometime in the next week, and we will talk about our Dolly adventures to get there. And if you're watching this after the live is over, then of course, absolutely hit me up in the comment section. I always respond to the comments, you guys, just not necessarily the same day, but I read your comments, and then when I have a moment to sit down and just go through the comments, I will respond to you. I will acknowledge your comments so you know that I read it. All right? All right, I'll talk to you later. Everybody, have a Dolly day.